Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this live morning webinar. I hope everyone is doing great. So, Roland, good morning, everyone. Good morning, my friend Roland. Ruben, how are you doing? Good morning, Theo. Good morning, Ruben. Just give me 1 second, guys, to make some settings here. Okay. Shivan said, good morning. Shivan also said RBA started to cut its rate. Time to see what UK does. I believe that UK will keep rising their rates, to be honest. They already have 7 votes positively voting for rate hikes, so we will see what's going to happen. Of course, Mladen, how are you doing? Good morning, Theo and all. Good morning, Mladen. William, nice to see you here again. Good morning, Theo and everyone. Ibrahim said, good morning, Theo. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ibrahim from South Africa. Panic World said, buenas noches, saludos, Mexico. Nice. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. Raja, good afternoon, everyone. Maria Julia said, good morning, world. Good morning, Maria. Mogiol said, good morning to everyone. Good morning, Mogiol. Mr. Nick said, hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well, Nick. Rumen and Cherry, how are you guys? Good morning and thanks for joining us again. Larry said, good morning, Theo. Good morning, Larry. And of course, to everyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual with our risk warning, simply states that this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide any kind of trading or investment advice or personal recommendations. And thank you so much for understanding. As usual, you can refer to the weekly fundamental analysis on the podcast section on our website to listen all the major news events that can affect the trading during the week. And of course, for new traders, please make sure you visit either the App Store or the Google Play, depends on your device, to download the mobile application. Let's quickly have a look at the economic calendar. The most important event is that the Reserve Bank of Australia kept their interest rates unchanged for second consecutive month, and therefore we do expect some more weakness to join the Australian dollar. Today, Tuesday, 1st of August, then good month to everyone, of course. We don't have that major news events, at least based on this calendar. From tomorrow onwards, the markets, they're going to bring some more volatility. Okay, on Friday, remember, there are non-farm payrolls. Also, we have this week the Bank of England reporting interest rates in the UK. Saying that, I'll share the screen right now with the MetaTrader platform. So let me walk you through weekly chart. Market is in an uptrend. Oh, looks like I cannot use the drawing tool right now. Why this happens? Let's try one more time. No. Today, Zoom doesn't allow us to use the drawing tool, so I'm going to just focus on the chart, guys, and I will simply pointing the important stuff. Market is in an uptrend. The 10 period on the weekly moving average exponential and the 40, some traders, they use the daily chart with the 50 and the 200 moving average. And here it's the golden cross when the fast crosses above the slow moving average. And the same applies on the weekly chart if we use the 10 period on the weekly and the 40 period moving average on the weekly. Therefore, we had months ago the bullish crossover or the golden cross. Market since is trending with higher highs and higher lows. If I zoom in, we can see that last week in an uptrend, sellers, they tried to push lower, but with this doji long doji candle, the market stayed. So buyers are more bullish rather than bearish. If you have a look at the RSI is still above 50, and that's bullish. Oh, sorry, guys. Thank you so much for letting me know. Nick and Mogil swing trading, guys. Thank you so much for letting me know that I was sharing the YouTube live screen and not the MetaTrader. Okay, that's why I couldn't draw anything. So again, thanks everyone for the comment. Pound USD weekly chart. I use the 10 period moving average and the 40 period moving average. They are the equivalent on the daily chart of the 50 and the 200. We have the bullish crossover here or the golden cross. And since March 2023, the market is moving in a series of higher highs and higher lows. And probabilities are favoring buying opportunities when the price retrace. So if you are trading the daily chart, if you are entering trades using the daily chart, then the weekly chart is an ideal chart to make the analysis and wait patiently for the price to reach on the daily chart at that same level of the weekly and try to find relatively small candlestick pattern to execute. That's called time frame correlation, and that's one of the strongest, one of the best ways to trade the currency markets, to be honest. Now, what's happening on the daily chart? I tend to focus on the past data, right? And what we see here is that strong selling pressure in the market. But remember, we cannot trade if we use the higher time frame. We cannot question our analysis when we go to the lower time frame for execution. Therefore, at this point here, there is a potential bullish engulfing to be formed. Price made a new low, and I placed a buy stop order above the previous candle high and a stop loss below the current candle low. Now, on this time frame, there are also biases indicates that the market can push higher. First, because we are trading using the weekly chart, and we trade once the price reached a weekly level where we expected to see some push upwards, in this case, of course. Then we have to find a way to enter the market. We have the strong support because we took it from the weekly chart. Then at this point here, the RSI, and again, many times I saw traders having a bunch of indicators, but they don't know how to use them. Not because you lack the you don't make research of how to use the indicator, but simply the information, if you're thoroughly looking on YouTube, it's not always the right information, unfortunately. So how does RSI really implement in trading? RSI, it's not only traded above 70 and below 30 that indicates an overbought or oversold market condition, but with the trend, if it's in an uptrend market, the RSI, it's going to stay above 70 for a quite extensive period. When a retracement occurs, RSI, if remains above 50, that's considered as a bullish, and we feel confident to add weight on the trade. So there is a level of support here. There is an upward trend line, and there is a potential bullish engulfing. Also, RSI is above 50, and that's also bullish. Now, what's the good also about this market is that the ATR, as you can see here, it's 102 pips, but the distance of the previous candle length, it was only 47 pips, and that's way less than the ATR, average true range move. So it makes it a very attractive trade if it's going to get triggered. Any comments here? Maria, it's S&P 500. No, that's pound against the, you can see from the bottom here, pound against the US dollar. Okay, all good. Next one, Euro, US dollar on the weekly chart. Similar scenario. Bullish crossover occurred here, or golden cross. Price made a new high, and again, price made a new high, broke above the previous, stayed above the support, and now it returned back to the moving average, exponential moving average. So also there is an upward trend line can be drawn here. And let's go to the daily chart to see if we can see some opportunity here. We have to fix a little bit the trend line to accurately take the first point here, and that's good. Now, as I place a trade on the pound, I'm not going to rush to place a trade on the euro because they have quite strong correlation on the daily chart. They are both traded against the US dollar. Pound is expected a rate hike, so if this is going to happen, and if the pound is going to follow through, and the market it's going to push upwards, it's going to make it more attractive opportunity. Of course, weakness in the Australian dollar. Yesterday, Australian dollar was super active and strong among the rest of the currencies due to the expectancy of the market to see an interest rate hike, and that's why we saw a strong bullish candle here. But really today market again is depreciating the Australian dollar due to the rates, due to the unchanged rates. Now on the weekly chart, if you see the moving averages at this point here, yes, the 10 is below the 40, but really the market is just moving sideways. We can see the price action. It doesn't have any directional bias, and that make it very hard to trade this type of market. Now, remember, pound against the US dollar and euro against the US dollar, they were both in a strong uptrend. The moving averages was in order, and price made a higher high and higher low, but here price make equal high, so it's not an attractive market to trade. New Zealand dollar against the US dollar, weekly chart, very choppy, pretty much the same, very flat here, and it doesn't look that there is any opportunity in this market. USD JPY, we made a new high here. Price made a higher high. So see, a new trend looks like it's developing. So A, B, C, and D. Something that we can start looking for long positions. On the weekly chart, though, moving averages are in order. The fast is above the slow, or the 10 is above the 40. Let's delete this one from here. Double inside. Remember, guys, I explained you about the double inside candle. It's a strong triangle breakout. When it occurs, it's going to be with much of momentum. It occurs to the upside. Doesn't matter if the double inside appears on the weekly chart, on the monthly chart, or on the daily chart, on the 1 minute chart. It's pretty much the same. Price contracted and within the previous candles, and contracted again within the previous two candles. So a breakout, it's going to be usually a strong directional move. Now, for traders, they do analysis again on the weekly chart. There is a breakout here. On the daily chart, it's more obvious. And once we identify the direction, we can wait patiently for the price to retrace and correct itself before we initiate some long positions. But if you trade on any lower time frame and you use the daily chart to do your market analysis, then you see here a new higher high and higher low, and you can go to your 15 minutes or 5-minute chart waiting for some kind of pattern to appear that indicates that market is about to push higher. So that's the way usually we trade the lower time frames. Someone asked me yesterday how to trade the lower time frames, and really I would like to put some time there to teach you how to do it. Andreas asked which moving averages you're using. I prefer to use the on the weekly chart. This is the 10 exponential moving average, and this is the 40. If you plot them on daily chart, they're going to be the 50 and the 200. But these two moving averages, the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA, are best used when you do maybe swing trading and you look to hold positions for several weeks or more. If you're more into faster time frames, you can also use, and you are analyzing the daily chart to enter on the lower time frames. When I used to trade that way, I was using the 10 moving average, 10 EMA, and the 21 EMA on the daily chart, because the 10 moving average, it's going to be more closer to the current price, and the 20, it's going to help for the deep retracements. Next one, USD Canadian dollar. I'm still bullish on this one from the bullish engulfing here, and I'm looking for the price to move higher, so no need to keep this notification. That was an alert notification. And also I'm still bullish on the US dollar against the CHF from last week. I'm holding some positions here, and I'm looking to target this area, which aligns with the 61.8 FIB retracement. The swing from here to there, that's the direction move. At this point here, the market is expected to find some strong resistance because there is a cluster of a strong FIB level that we call it the golden ratio Fibonacci, and an inside resistance. Talking about golden ratio Fibonacci and Fib in general, in the next Market Talk series, I will be interviewing one of the greatest traders. I know that he uses maybe 80% of his time, the Fib tool, and we're going to do extensive discussion, and he will explain us more about the way he trades. I'll let you know, of course. Ibrahim said 8 and 14 is what I use for lower time frames. What is your opinion, please, Theo? I believe 8 and on the lower time frames, 8 and 14 are quite very sensitive, and that's simply the way I see it. But Ibrahim, if that works for you, please do as it's best for your trading, okay? Next one, Euro against JPY. On the weekly chart, market found some resistance around the 158 level, then it corrected until 151, and from this point onward, price rejected and pushed higher. So expectancy is to see the price retested this area of 158. On the lower time frame, market is in a sideways move. Why? Because up until here, everything was indicating a bullish correction as usual occurred. The indicator RSI expected to push lower according to the price direction, and then from this point here, market, if it was a tradable opportunity, market participants, they start buying. Now, market failed to make a new high, and it made a new low, but again, it didn't close lower. So is it a valid lower low? It's a lower low, but it's not a valid lower low. What it's going to create, what's going to bring validity in this break of the previous low, is if the price is going to create a new low. That's when we start talking about, okay, we have a new downtrend. But this point here, all opinions are accepted, and the trend is suspect to convert into a consolidation mode. Now, market double top at this point. That was a tradable opportunity for traders. They trade usually inside candles. I didn't get involved with this one. At this point here, I would like to get involved, of course, yesterday, but look at this candle here. It's about 400 pips. 400 pips with an ATR of 170. Ideally, to participate in this market, I would like to see a candlestick that it's at least half the ATR, like the example we show on the pound US dollar. Next one, Australian dollar JPY. Here it's the accurate downward trend line, one touch, second touch. Here, one touch, second touch, third, and the fourth touch now. So this opportunity here is tradable on the lower time frames. For a weekly, for someone who analyzes the trend on the weekly, it doesn't look as an opportunity to do anything here. So it's not the currency pair ideal for that trader who uses the weekly chart to do on market analysis. But for a trader that uses the daily chart to do market analysis and go to the 4-hour or 1 hour for execution on any lower time frame, this was an ideal opportunity the last couple of weeks, because we talked about, we were expecting the price to come here and reject it. On the 4-hour chart, it was some consolidation and then rejection. Another opportunity with bullish engulfing here. And early this morning, with the RBA kept rates unchanged, the market reacted. You could see there is a strong downward trend line inside, double inside, bearish engulfing, boom to the downside. And there is, if you see this as an impulse move and you use the fib area to find where price can support, that's the bottom, the 100, that's the top, the 0. So 61.8, the fib golden ratio, it's down here. There is a room of opportunity to capitalize on this move by the time price may come here. Maybe it's going to continue and push lower, who knows. I saw the time now, that is London open in 5 minutes. Thank you, Ibrahim, and everyone else who commented. Let's go to the DAX. I understand, guys, using the MetaTrader, as you commented, it's a bit hard to go through all the currency pairs, at least the major, the Japanese yen and the indices, but be patient. Soon we will, hopefully we will be implemented with TradingView, or I will be able to use the Admirals platform to do that analysis, and we can hopefully trade from there. Now, 5-minute chart. This is an ideal market condition to trade. Impulse move, lower low. That's what I love. If in the next few minutes price stays above the support, I will definitely place a sell stop at the support here, and I will place a buy stop above this high. Now, buy stop, it's very valid here because it's the swing of the hourly chart. If price traded above this area, chances are that it's going to push at least 10 points to retest any recent resistance. But I would also love to see a continuation because the candles here are quite strong, heavily so. Consolidation here, if remains as it is, the consolidation, and it will give us good opportunity to go short for fast 10 points. About 30 seconds for the London Open. Ibrahim, I will go through the gold, and for everyone else that interested in gold trading, just let's wait for this London Open trade, and then we will go through, because I don't want to miss anything again like other times. Market traded lower. I delete this order. Volatility pushed the price. That's a 4-hour support. Expected to break because we have a strong breakout. For me, is worth being in the trade. And at 16,417, I will take the profit. 16,417. Oh, already played. I wasn't even. Let's see if it's going to take the profit. Okay, nice. Nice, sweet trade. 14 points for me today. I hope you guys capitalize something on the move. We don't know for how long it's gonna pushing lower this market. Maybe the support now it's gonna hold. But the room of opportunity was for 10 points, a little bit more. It went all the way to 18 points. I managed to get out on the 14 because I put the take profit order. Ruben said I got 18 points. That's awesome. Let's check the gold, guys. We have a few minutes before before I end this session. I'm still short on the gold from this bearish engulfing here. Price came almost to take my take profit, but it didn't. For 24 pips or 26 pips. That's okay. I'm still here. I see this bearish. If we refer on the weekly chart, there is multiple rejection around this resistance line. And I do expect to see some weakness in the gold market. WTI, we commented yesterday that we are looking to buy and only buy higher highs, higher lows until market retested the 83 price area. It's a strong area of resistance. Here is another great price action setup, if you like. So watch this, guys. Bullish engulfing during the New York session yesterday. The previous two trading candle lines stayed within this bullish engulfing. A breakout above the high considered as a strong breakout and can potentially push the price higher. RSI is in an overbought condition, and that means there is a strong trend in place. It doesn't mean start selling, okay? If price will reach the strong resistance and we see a price action, maybe we're gonna consider some short opportunities. Gold, head and shoulders 2, gold, head and shoulders 2. Okay, now why gold? The one and most important thing, why gold is not a head and shoulder. You understand? So in the head and shoulder pattern, an important aspect is the neckline to have an upward slope. Unless you see this as a neckline. And if you see this as a neckline, it doesn't make it a head and shoulder, because a head and shoulder pattern, it needs about 1 to 3 months to be developed to be a strong head and shoulder pattern. And a head and shoulder pattern doesn't found on a sideways market. A head and shoulder reversal pattern, and that applies to all reversal patterns. They must have a trend prior to reverse. Cannot talk about a head and shoulder pattern within a sideways market. Okay, there is a structure that looks like a head and shoulder pattern, but probabilities and chances are, if it doesn't come from an uptrend, a well-defined uptrend, it means there is nothing to be reversed. That's where traders, they get many times stuffed with the patterns, and they start wondering why it didn't work and why I lost in this one and all this stuff. First and foremost, you have to install in your mind, and write this down, please. Any reversal pattern requires a trend prior to that. Okay, that's a key. So with this, guys, I will end this webinar. I hope everyone found some value out of this session today. I would like to wish to everyone to have a fantastic day ahead, of course, and happy trading for those who are going to trade in the afternoon. And I look forward to see you again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much.